nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is Secret America, where media meets truth.
It's so secret we can't talk about it.
What does that mean for America?
Buckle up. As always, it's about to get real. Your Secret America hosts, Jack Danger and Jay Gatling.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Jack Danger along with Jay Gatling. And before we get going, Jay, do you see the video on X? Because I see the pink circle, but I don't see a video.
Same thing. Same exact thing right here.
What the hell is that?
I don't know. I don't see the video on our page. I do see the pink circle, but there is no video.
You know, I've been having problems with that lately too. Do me a favor. Try to sign out of it real quick.
Sign out of
the Secret America account. Try to sign out of it real quick.
All right, I'm not even in it. I'm in mine. I'm just looking on the account.
But I mean, you can switch like you can switch accounts, right? See if you can sign out of the whole entire thing for Secret America.
Okay.
For some reason lately, it's been, when I've been trying to get on it, it's been really messed up too. Like it takes forever. There's no video.
Yeah, no video. Let me look again. Hold on.
What the hell is this?
Don't know.
But look, if you press on the pink circle and you hit open video, you can see it.
Right, but it's just not on the it's not on the feed. It's not on the account. Does anybody else?
Well,
does anybody else out there see it?
I gotta tell you, man, X has really been letting me down lately, man.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the actual episode on the Secret America.
How is that possible? How is that? Hold on, let me look in the comments. Anybody can anybody? No, see, nobody's even in the comments because the freaking thing is not on.
No,
that doesn't make any sense to me. Sorry, guys, for anybody that's watching, we're trying to see what the hell's going on here because
maybe just
do
you want to just stream it to our pages then?
No. Oh, you know what? Hit share. If you hit share broadcast, if you go and hit the pink circle and then hit share broadcast and then you can make your own post about it. There. I just posted it on my page.
Where? All right.
Yep, there's the video. It's posted on my page. So go ahead and see if it's on my page right now on my X page at Jack Danger Live. Go check it out real quick. If anybody's having a problem watching it on X, you know, obviously you're not going to see this if you have a problem watching it on X. I don't know why I'm saying that, but if you go to my page, you know, you can see it on there. I don't know what the hell is going on with X though overall. God almighty, I tell you, it seems like it's always something with X. You know what I mean?
Yeah, having issues there, like with spaces, with lives. They're not.
Oh,
there
the
yet.
lives! Don't even get me started on the lives. Tell me, Shirley, you're in the show. You're on. You can see it on X. Where did you find the X link? Tell me in the comments where you found the X link. Did you see it on the actual page? Because I don't know what the hell is going on here.
Yeah, I just reposted it, as you see in the comments.
Did you repost it from my thing?
I did it on mine. Now I'll go to yours.
No, people can see it. There's people in here from X. Nate is here. Shirley is here. But I don't see the video. I don't see how the hell these people see the video. Anyways, let's get going. Forget it.
Yep.
Yeah, I just had someone text me and say they can't get it on X either. Jeez.
They're saying
Alley Girl says it's in the top bar on Live and Spaces.
Yeah, that's the banner, but usually it should show up on the
Yeah, it's supposed to show up like on the Secret America page itself.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not there, which is X, man. You're letting me down, baby. You're letting me down. All right.
All right. Well, listen, they can go to rumble.lfatv.com/LFATV.
Yeah, so you guys, anybody, well, obviously there's no point in me telling you where you can see it because if you're not watching, you can't see this. So I'm not, but for anybody that is watching and ever has problems with X, you can watch it on rumble.com/LFATV. We also have our own channels on @Secret America TV on Rumble and YouTube. Feel free to watch it there. X is really letting us down right now. So anyways, we're going to get it going. Jay.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you, for everybody out there that said that Barack Obama was born from Kenya, I got something interesting to show you here. I want to show everybody, Jay, you especially, everybody out there, an article from Kenya. This is a Kenyan newspaper called the Sunday Standard. This is real. I don't bullshit. Like I said, I don't show fake shit. I always verify before I show it. This is an article from the Sunday Standard, Jay. Okay? And it is on June 27th, 2004. It is a Kenyan newspaper. You can look this up if you'd like. Check this out. Look, you're gonna like this. Check this out right here. You see what that says? Kenyan-born Obama, all set for U.S. Senate. Kenyan-born U.S. Senate hopeful Barack Obama appeared set to take over the Illinois Senate seat after his main rival Jack Ryan dropped out of the race on Friday night amid a furor over lurid sex club allegations. But none of that matters. What matters is Kenyan-born U.S. Senate hopeful Barack Obama. Kenyan-born Obama, all set for the U.S. June 27th, 2004. This is a Kenyan newspaper, the Sunday Standard. Jay, this is 100% real.
Why is it that anytime somebody brings this up, they're called a racist? Remember that's the whole thing. If you ask where Barack Obama was born and you say we think he might have been born in Kenya, then you're a racist. No.
Well, this is no thing here
where the man was born and where's his birth certificate.
Yeah, this right here, Jay. This is from a Kenyan newspaper. I would think the Kenyan newspaper would know better whether Barack Obama was born in Kenya or not.
You would think so. It is from Kenya.
Well. And just to show everybody here, I like to be transparent. I like to be real. I don't want anybody to think I'm trying to pull one over on them, even though I've never shown you guys, fake shit in my life. I'm still going to pull this up because I want you to see this. I'm going to pull it up in just a second. I'm going to show everybody that this is 100% real. Let's check it out. Let's pull it up here. Let's ask Grok. We're going to have them verify. Grok is an excellent verifier, even though Grok even bullshits a lot too for some reason. I don't know why. But anyways, let's check this out right here. Let's go to Grok. We got Super Grok right here. Let's pull him up. Come on here, buddy. All right, we are going to ask him about this image. Here it is right here. The article, right? Where the hell did it go? I just had it, dude. There it is. This article right here, okay? Is this article authentic? Is it authentic? And it better not say it's not from February of 2026. We had that problem last time, remember?
Yes, I do.
The article you shared, yada, 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 from the Sunday Standard, headline Kenyan born, is authentic as a real publication from that Kenyan newspaper. That is authentic, if you could see. That is an authentic article.
What are they saying about the key phrase? Is Grok trying to do gymnastics there, Jack? What did it say in the second paragraph? What do we get?
It says, however, the key phrase Kenyan born was added by the Kenyan editors. Well, of course it was. It's their newspaper.
What does that matter?
It's their newspaper.
This is what I'm saying. I have fights with Grok all the time when I'm like, why is everything you give me left-leaning talking points, and I'm not asking for them, and it happens all the time.
Yep. And thank you, Raina, for saying you like the caps. He wore his MILF hat. It says MILF or something on it.
Yeah,
and, and then I wore my Jordan hat. Tried to match the shirt, but as you can see, it's black, so you can't really see it. So I look stupid.
Jack, if I was going to wear a hat, I would wear it. I'm not even going to say it, but it is not a MILF hat. But I won't even say the other thing, which would be more appropriate, but forget it. Just leave it out.
Does your hat say MILF on it?
No, it says Dilligaf, which means
it's Dilligaf. That's right.
Do I look like I give a you-know-what?
I thought it said MILF. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No.
Okay. But no, for anybody that can see that plain as day, we just showed you this is an authentic article from a Kenyan newspaper. Right before Barack Obama became a politician in the U.S. Senate, Kenyan-born Obama. This is from a Kenyan newspaper. We just proved that it's authentic. Let me show you something else. You want to see something else? I want to show you something else.
Of course.
Jay.
All right.
So check this shit out. I'm going to show you something even cooler. If I can pull the damn thing up. Why when you hit add? Oh no, things are. Oy vey. All right. Let's try something else here, okay?
All right.
All right, can you see that?
Yeah, we see that.
Good, good. All right, everybody can see that. So check this out right here. This is an article that was part of it, and it says AP is covering for Obama. Okay, and it says one of my favorite repeated complaints about AP bias was that Obama was born in Kenya, as shown by the editors of the Kenyan newspaper. A headline: Kenyan-born Obama all set for the U.S. Senate. You know. And so when you look, and it says if Obama was born in Kenya, he can't legally be president, yada, yada, yada. But basically what this says, and I'm just going to, paraphrase here. It says that no one questioned that story or headline in 2004. See, check this out. The headline was from that Sunday Standard in Nairobi, Kenya. And the headline was Kenyan-born U.S. Senate hopeful Barack Obama appeared to take over Illinois Senate seat. And they said no one questioned that story or headline in 2004. But a few short years later, when it was time for a Democrat foreigner to be elected U.S. president, fellow liberal AP stayed away from that story for fear of what the answer would be to the well-known internet search, Obama born in Kenya. It's telling you right here, what this article is saying is that the AP lied for Barack Obama in 2008 so he could become president.
No, I don't believe it. Do you mean that the Associated Press would run cover for a Democrat? No.
Yeah, and this is an actual article from the Augusta Chronicle. This is not some, obscure, Substack or something.
Right. This is incredible. It just never. I'm glad people are starting to realize that basically the mainstream media, and that of course is the Associated Press, a big part of that. It's basically just a propaganda arm of the Democrat Party. That's what it is. And it's a problem because as much as they've been diminished because of alternative media, because of X, because of, other Breitbart or Rumble, it's still a huge problem because they still have a very, very large reach. Why do you think the Nancy Guthrie story is so big? Because the media wants it to be. If they wanted to,
thank you for bringing that up.
No, but if Jack, right. But if they wanted the Barack Obama story to be the story, it would have been. But of course they didn't want it to be.
Of course. But thank you for bringing that up. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason that every time, oh, by the way, PsyOp Wars, thank you for noticing the oy vey. I did that out there for all you Israelites. And I like to say it, believe it or not, it's my go-to phrase when something negative happens or something's pissing me off. It's my go-to phrase.
What are you, Mossad?
I must be. In fact, I'm going to have to kill you now. No. You won't see Jay anymore, guys. I'm kidding. But honestly, I'm glad you brought that up because you know why every time you turn on the news, that Guthrie story is the only thing to talk about. I'm talking 24-hour news cycle. You know why? It's a distraction. I'm going to tell everybody that's watching this show right now, Nancy Guthrie is dead. Okay? She was dead the day that she was kidnapped. Okay? She died that day. I'm sorry to say there was blood on the floor. Her pacemaker is off. Her Apple Watch is not reading a pulse. She is dead. I'm sorry to say she's dead, okay? She was an 84-year-old woman with a lot of health problems, and we're on day 13, okay? She died that very first day. But the reason that they're keeping this going is because, well, guess what's not in the news? Fraud is not in the news. Somalian fraud in Minnesota, California. Gavin Newsom and Tim Walz don't have to answer for that. That's not in the news. Guess what else is not in the news? The Clintons, testifying for Epstein at the end of the month. That's not in the news because this is a 24-hour news cycle. Guess what else is not in the news? You've got the ICE protest, all the stuff that's going on there. Not in the news anymore. Okay, none of this stuff, the Iran thing, none of this stuff is in the news anymore. Anything that would hurt liberals is no longer in the news. And Jay, they give you little pieces. She's already dead. I promise you, she is dead. But guess what? They give you little pieces so that way they can keep covering the story 24/7. Oh, we found a glove. Here's another 24 hours that we can talk about the glove. They're searching the manhole cover. Here's another 24 hours we can talk about the manhole. I'm telling you, this is a psyop.
The whole thing has been so bizarre. I mean, the fact that since they're not declaring her dead, obviously her home is an active crime scene. It still is. You can't. How does a guy deliver pizza to the wrong house and he just walks up to that house? How does that happen?
And nobody noticed that.
I mean, Jack? Why isn't there yellow police tape around that entire area? There should be
nobody noticed that.
But nobody should be allowed to enter probably within a 100-yard radius of that house. And meanwhile, you got people walking all over the place. Again, this is so bizarre in so many ways. Like you just said, you got gloves. Like I'm waiting for OJ to show up with the gloves like this. If it doesn't fit, you must have quit. I mean, it's just one thing after another. One thing I will differ with you though on, Jack, is that the thing that got knocked out, the ICE coverage, is actually a good thing for the Trump administration right now. I think people were getting sick and tired of watching that whole thing, and it was kind of just going against them because the messaging on it wasn't great. So I think that's the one thing that got knocked out that actually helps the Trump administration right now, which is why I don't think they're really bothered by this. The stuff with the fraud, absolutely, the fraud's been knocked down, which is fine though, Jack. You know why? Because when it comes back, it'll be fresh again. You don't want something to run on too long where people just get sick of it and they're stale and they tune out completely. So when the fraud stuff kicks up again, probably with California, when we realize it's probably over $100 billion or whatever it's going to be, it'll perk up people's ears again. So I'm looking at it as a positive way. The Clintons, we talked about the Clintons. It's always the Clintons. The Clintons, anything messed up in our country that goes on, somehow, some way, the Clintons appear to be in the orbit. It's just one way or another. And then today I see Hillary Clinton in Germany going to some conference. I'm like, why? Why is she still involved in anything to do with national security or anything? Go away already. But not happening.
Well, like I tell you, man, this whole thing is a psyop. And I'm not talking about the kidnapping. The kidnapping might be a psyop also. I proved yesterday. Everybody tried to say, "Oh, he had the video that they showed. Oh, he had a glowing tooth. It must have been a gold tooth or some kind of shining." I proved that it was a pen light. I did investigative services. I proved that it was a pen light. Okay. I also proved that the guy had a beard and a mustache, but the beard is not a full beard. It's just one of those small goatees. I was able to show all of that. But yet the U.S. government couldn't do that.
Well,
what's going on here?
I don't know. I also found the eyes were very distinctive, like big. They look like big eyes, didn't they? The eyebrows look very distinct, like groomed eyebrows. Like, I don't groom my eyebrows. Most men really don't do that. Some do. But this person looked like they were big eyes, like real round, big eyes and groomed eyebrows. And you pointed out those other things that you picked up on. We'll see. They just came out before, literally as we were coming on the show, and said that the FBI is describing a suspect in the Nancy Guthrie case. Here we go. As a male, they just came out with this. This came out 15 minutes ago. A male approximately 5'9" to 5'10" tall with an average build who was seen wearing a black 25-liter Ozark Trail hiker backpack. So they just detailed that backpack, exactly what kind, the brand it was, and his height. And he says average build. So 5'9", 5'10", you're probably talking about somebody that's, I don't know, about 160 to 180 pounds.
Well, I can tell you that I had Grok analyze that video. I had AI analyze that video, and based on the average height of the underwalk, the thing that the little underwalk that they go under, based on the average height of that, this person is between 5'10" and 6'1", and between 180 and 200 pounds.
Okay.
So I'm going to show everybody real quick what I found yesterday. So check this out. This is what I found yesterday. I want you to see this. So check this out, guys. So this is the only known photograph of Tommaso Sione's teeth. Everybody said, "Oh, whoever it is has to have a gold or silver tooth because there's a shine from the camera, from the infrared camera." Well, that tells you right there. This right here, this guy doesn't have a gold or silver tooth. First of all, second of all, the guy didn't have a gold or silver tooth at all. That's not. See the beard right here. You see how it's not fully covering the mask, the bottom of the hole right there,
and it looks dark too.
Yeah, and that shows you that it's a goatee, though. It's not a full beard because it doesn't cover the bottom part of the mask hole. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that tells you right there. Then this is a pen light. See how the glove covers part of the pen light?
Yeah.
It covers part of it, so it covers part of the light. And then I have it where it covers the whole light. You can see it's a pen light that he's got in his mouth.
Yeah.
So people rush to judgment. All you have to do is slow down the video, do a little investigative services yourself like I did, and you can find out 10 times more information than even the government knows.
Or they're going to give you. Let's put it that way. It took them how many days now to put out a description? 5'9", 5'10".
And even the description's wrong. Grok analyzed this shit and gave me a really good description.
And then people were also measuring the height based on the bricks, like how many
Yep.
bricks. You know,
That's
just
what it
by
is. The bricks and the
by
underpass. Yep.
arch and-
Yep.
Yeah. Right. The underpass that he went under. But yeah, but they, now finally they're coming out with the exact brand name, Ozark Trail Hiker Pack. Is that an actual brand name? Ozark
That
Trail?
is. It is the brand name. And
Okay.
but I mean, how can you be sure that's the one it is? I mean,
They must.
all you can see is the what do you call them? Reflective straps. You know.
They must have looked at it and then ruled out every other kind that wouldn't, they looked at it, they saw the straps, they saw the reflectors, like
So they looked at every other backpack in the world is what happened?
They might have, who knows what they could do. They could find anybody they want when they want to, right?
Wait. Clipper Chick brings up a good point. I want everybody to see this. She says, Clipper Chick says, I think it may be a woman. And I'm going to tell you right now, it is not a woman. And I'm going to tell you how I know it's not a woman. A lot of people have this theory that it's a woman. I'm going to tell you how I know it's not a woman. There is a video of this person walking up to the camera. A woman carries herself a certain way. Even when she's trying to pretend to be a man, she still carries herself a certain way. You can tell that this person is a man by their demeanor, by the way they walk, by the way they carry themselves, their gait. Jay, talk for a second. I'm going to find that video.
No, I heard the same thing, and I saw a couple of still shots from that video, and there were a couple of times where I looked at the body, and I said, it's kind of feminine or female looking. But then after I looked at the face and I saw the facial hair, and I said,
and that video I showed you,
and the video you showed me of the walk, I'm more leaning to, it's a male. It's a male. Now the FBI has come out and said, yes, it is a male. So we're gonna go with that because I think that adds up. I do, but I'm just amazed.
Definitely a male.
I'm amazed how long it took to get a description here, Jack. I mean, this video came out 2 days ago. Come on.
All right, guys. So check this out. Clipper Chick, I want you to take a look at this. Okay, everybody, take a look at this. Watch how this person walks. Watch how they carry themselves. Their gait. You see that? You can tell by the way his shoulders, by the way his arms. Look how he's standing. That's not a woman pretending to be a man. That is a man.
You could tell by the way I move my. Should I start singing the Bee Gees?
But yeah, no, it's true. It's true. That's the video that proves to me, at least, that it's a man. Now, Clipper Chick, like you said, could it be fake facial hair? Sure, but I can guarantee you, this person cannot fake a gait to be a male. The body size and the walk, it's just not a woman.
Yeah, and they could do the gait analysis. They do that too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they did a gait analysis just to cover all the bases. I hope so anyway. And then they could say, yeah, we got a male here. But again, guys, 2-3 days. When did that video come out, Jack? Was it 2 days ago?
And thank you, Clipper Chick, she said we had a good point.
Right.
Yeah, it was about 2 days ago. I think it was yesterday, actually.
No, I think the video came out 2 days ago already. Time flies. I think it was 2
damn.
days ago. 2 days ago. And now today, literally 15 minutes ago, we just got an actual kind of detailed description on this person. I don't know.
And that's funny because I got a description 5 minutes after the video came out.
Yeah, well, right. You put together 5 minutes and then, Raina says trans. Well, you know what, Raina? I mean, who knows?
It could be a man pretending to be a woman. That could be a possibility.
Oh, man. Nothing would surprise me
here's
anymore.
what it is. It's a man that's pretending to be a woman that's pretending to be a man.
There we go. There we
see?
go. Whatever. What do you call that?
I tell you.
Triple transformer?
There you go.
All right. My God.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, that's interesting, but it's all a psyop. She's been dead from the very beginning. I'm sorry to say, everybody, she is dead. But I will say they're milking this for everything it's worth because it gets the other news out of your mind, out of the cycle. And then in a few days, when they find her body, they can go on to other things and they won't bring up the shit that was. They won't bring up the ICE shit. They won't bring up the fraud in California or Minnesota. They won't bring up anything. Okay. So this is the way, believe it or not, the media is still in Operation Mockingbird. Whether you want to believe that ended or not, that is what is happening here, Jay.
As I said, the media, as diminished as it is still extremely powerful. Extremely powerful.
Very.
I mean, Leslie, we're seeing it in real time. I saw somebody, and I wish I sent you the clip, but it was a guy who did a reel, and he's basically saying, hey, Savannah Guthrie, put your mother on the back of a milk carton like everybody else would have been. Because he's like, I hope she's okay. I'm sorry for what's going on with you, but at the same time, I'm sick and tired of having my TV. I don't pay my FiOS bill to watch about Savannah Guthrie's mom all day. And because basically that's what you're doing. You
Yeah.
turn on Fox News, you turn on CNN, you turn on MSDNC, anything. It's Savannah Guthrie, it's Nancy Guthrie. And
There's
people
a
are
reason for
saying,
that, though.
but people saying like, right, like that wouldn't happen if it wasn't for Savannah Guthrie being on the Today Show and the way they hype this up. They listen, it is a propaganda machine and they know exactly what they're doing. And it is true how you say they give you these little breadcrumbs for you to keep coming back or to give
That
them
way
more.
they can keep the news cycle going.
Yep.
Hey, I got something new to talk about for the next 24 hours. But Jay, I mean, could this have been happenstance? Yes. Do I believe that? Hell no. But I do believe that they use it. I mean, they use it for these purposes. Now, if it wasn't Nancy Guthrie, it would have been somebody else. It would have been another story for 24-hour news cycle because it allows them to push other news out of the American consciousness, out of it. And then when this cycle is over, that stuff's gone.
Yeah, they try to make it gone for sure. But like I said, I hope the fraud comes back because I think California's fraud is going to blow away everybody else. I think we're at the tip of the iceberg with California fraud. They're saying Minnesota, Jack, might be 30 billion. If Minnesota's 30 billion, California's probably 100 billion because of how many people.
Oh, it's more than that. The rail system alone was 30, 40 billion, and they didn't build a single track. It's way more than 100.
Yeah, you have that. You have the hospice fraud that they found out about in California. Now that
the Palisades fire funds. Are you kidding me?
On and on, on and on, on and on. So we'll see.
We talked about that, obviously, but we just proved that Barack Obama was born in Kenya. There are Kenyan articles from before he became this famous person that they plucked out of obscurity that say Kenyan-born Barack Obama. For anybody that didn't see that who just came in, this is a real article. Kenyan-born Obama all set for the U.S. Senate. Sunday, June 27th, 2004, before he was an Illinois senator, before he was a politician. That is from the Sunday Standard in Nairobi, Kenya. It is a real article. We showed everybody at the beginning of the episode. You can go back and look if you want to. It is a real article. And then we showed an article talking about that, saying that the AP's trying to cover it up. Barack Obama was born in Kenya, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, if anybody would know it, it's a Kenyan newspaper, right?
Did you see also they spelled his name with 2 R's? Yeah.
It was changed. It was Americanized.
Mm-hmm. They took the 2 R's out.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
It was Americanized. I'm telling you, man, Barack Obama, as far as I'm concerned, was born in Kenya. But you guys want to hear something even bigger? Something that will blow your freaking minds?
Yeah.
I'm not convinced, Jay. Convince me you want to hear it.
Oh, I want to hear this more than I've wanted to hear anything all day. All day. I've been waiting.
The whole day?
All day.
Okay.
Let's go.
So get this. You know how in Hollywood, symbolism is a big thing in Hollywood. You know, like in the movies, you know, the elites have these symbols that they use, that they show that, you know, the average ignorant person wouldn't know what it means. But if you're in their circle, you see that symbol, you know what it means, you know? So get this. What people don't know is there was a second island. There was a second Epstein Island. Okay. People see Little St. James Island and they think, oh, Epstein Island. But you guys have no idea. He called that Little St. James Island. His second island, Great St. James Island. Great St. James Island. Just the names alone should tell you what you need to know. The one where he had the one where the pedophile operation was found is called Little St. James. This is Great St. James Island. So take that for what it's worth. Let me tell you a little bit about it, Jay.
All right.
Great St. James Island was purchased in 2016 for $22.5 million by financier and sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, who already owned the neighboring Little St. James Island. Now, get this, okay? This is huge right here. The Danish newspaper BT had reported that at some point, while some name I can't pronounce, owned 80 some odd acres of the island, Epstein had attempted to purchase the island, but that the sale had not gone through, partially because islanders begged whoever the owner was and his wife, Susan Astani, not to sell the land to Epstein. Astani said at the time there were rumors about Epstein's sexual preferences, but get this, in order to conceal his identity and purchase the island, Epstein made Sultan Ahmad bin Sulayem the ultimate beneficial owner against his will. Against his will. and purchased whatever's 3 parcels through a shell corporation called Great St. Jim LLC. He bought the rest of the island through the same LLC, Great St. Jim Properties. So he forced somebody, a sultan. He forced a sultan, Ahmad bin Salayem, however you say their name. He forced that person to be the ultimate beneficial owner against his will so that he could purchase the island from these people. This is what happened. And let me tell you something else. You know how, like I said, about symbolism and things, people don't even know half of what went on at Great St. James Island. You talk about Little St. James Island, what went on there? In Great St. James Island, it was 10 times worse. People don't even talk about it. They don't even know about it. But you want me to show you something? You know how Nickelodeon is all wrapped up in this child sex trafficking and porn and all that other stuff? Nickelodeon is all wrapped up in it. Go search it if you don't believe me. Type in Nickelodeon, type in Epstein, type in child sex trafficking. But get this. You know the Nickelodeon symbol that they just put together in 2023? Their logo?
Yeah.
I want to show you something. This right here, what I'm showing you, Jay, this is Great St. James Island next to the Nickelodeon logo. Take a look at that. Take a look at that.
Yeah, they're the same thing.
Take a look at that, everybody.
Yeah, they're the same thing.
Yeah. That is Great St. James Island on the left, the Great St. James Island that Epstein purchased. That is the new 2023 Nickelodeon logo on the right.
What was Nickelodeon's logo before that?
Hell if I know. Probably another gay splash or something.
Probably.
But look, that right there, I told you about symbolism in Hollywood. They have Great St. James Island as their logo. Not little St. James Island, Jay. Great St. James Island. So that should tell you right there, the people that were never caught at Great St. James Island, Great St. James Island was never even really looked at or in the news. It is the logo for Nickelodeon. That should tell you all you need to know.
Does he have a house on Great St. James Island, Jeffrey Epstein?
Oh yeah, there were houses, properties everywhere.
Any sulfuric acid sent there that we know about? Or
as far as I know, nobody has ever even investigated Great St. James Island because most people don't know it exists. You heard it here on Secret America, folks.
So the freaking FBI doesn't know about Great St. James Island?
I have no idea. Honestly, but I've never heard about them investigating it.
I've never heard of it. Yeah, I've never heard of it. And you said before that what was the person they were worried about? Rumors of Jeffrey Epstein's sexual. Jeffrey Epstein was a convicted sex offender after 2008. What the hell are people talking about with rumors? The man's a pedophile. He was a sex offender. He was a convicted sex offender after 2008.
And did you hear what I said? Where I said he forced a sultan, a Saudi Arabian sultan, to be the ultimate beneficial owner of this island, so he could purchase it without the islanders knowing about it. He forced that person.
Wasn't a sultan? Didn't Thomas Massey, one of the two people, he came out with Wexner and he came out with a sultan. Is that the Sultan, Jack?
I have no idea.
Can we look that up right now? Let me look up right now who the people Thomas Massey named. I'm going to look real quick. Who did Massey?
Well, I'm going to put this up for everybody again. Take a look one more time, guys. Symbolism in Hollywood. Nickelodeon logo, St. James Island. You tell me what you see.
It's the same thing to me. It's
the same
uncanny.
exact thing.
It's uncanny.
Yeah. And that doesn't happen by accident. They didn't accidentally make this logo look exactly like the freaking island.
No, because it's a blob, right? So why would you? Oh, you tell me they put, you know what happened, Jack? They spilled paint on the floor and they go, oh, that's the one we want. I mean, come on, of course.
And it just happened to look exactly like the freaking island that was never processed in any of this.
Exactly right. So
for everybody out there, look up Great St. James Island. You'll see what I'm talking about.
It's too similar. It's way too similar. Sultan. Hold on a minute. What's the name of the person you said?
His name is, oh God, now you're putting me on the spot. Sultan Ahmad bin Salayem.
That's him. That's the other person that Massey named.
Named in what?
After he looked at the files, Thomas Massey, along with Rocon, reviewed unredacted Jeffrey Epstein files at the Department of Justice in early February 26. After spotting redactions in certain documents, including, Massey specifically highlighted a redacted name he described as a well-known retired CEO, which was Wexner, the billionaire founders of L Brands, Victoria's Secrets, blah, blah, blah. Massey did not personally name others beyond pushing for transparency, but his and Khanna's joint efforts led to public disclosures of 6 men's names that had been redacted in specific files. Khanna read them on the House floor. Les Wexner was one, and the other one was Sultan. Another one of the 6 was Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem.
Oh, CEO, look at that.
CEO and DP World. His email was linked to Epstein-related correspondence, including about a torture video.
But listen, you hear that about a torture? They don't even mention that he was forced to buy Great St. James Island because I don't even think that the FBI or Congress even knows about Great St. James Island because they've never once mentioned it. None of them.
I'm going to ask right now. Let's see if Grok even has it. Did Sulayem, right? Did Sulayem purchase Great St. James Island? Let me see if Grok comes up with it. I mean, we'll do it right here.
I don't spit out lies.
No, we're gonna look right now and see if Grok even has this.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Looking right now. No, it says did not purchase Great St. James Island, often called Great James Island. Jeffrey Epstein secretly acquired it in 2016 for $22.5 million. And you said the name Great St. Jim LLC that listed bin Sulayem as the ultimate beneficial owner without his knowledge or consent.
I told you.
That's it. So there you go. And that was one of the people that they spit out recently.
So obviously, I mean, there you go. We just proved that there is a second Epstein Island that not a single person in Congress, not a single person in the FBI, not a single person in the world has even talked about, mentioned, or investigated. There is a second Epstein Island. If the first one that was called Little St. James Island had all the bullshit going, imagine what Great St. James Island had.
Yeah, and we'll sum it up real quick. Epstein used bin Sulayem's name to mask the purchase, but bin Sulayem did not buy or own it himself. There you go.
Well, no, of course not. He, like I said, it was done against his will. He didn't know about it.
He didn't know about it. So, but it's interesting see, I just heard the name, and the name, I said Sultan. I remember Massey or Khanna talking about a Sultan. Now you bring up Sultan when you're talking about this island. I'm like, wait a minute. Is this the same guy? It's the same guy. That's him.
And the funny thing is, he's only talking about emails that he was connected to and torture videos. He doesn't even mention the island. That's nobody mentions Great St. James Island. That's right. Perhaps the 10 times bigger than Little St. James Island. It's called Great. For emphasis here. Great.
I mean, why is Great St. James Island? Ready? St. James Island. We're doing this in real time, guys.
Here so I can show everybody.
Yeah, I'm going to say, go ahead. Great St. James Island not spoken about.
Okay, let me see if I can put it on here. Why does no one talk about Great St. James Island? Let's see what Grok has to say. Why does nobody talk about Great St. James Island? Let's see. Is a real private island in the U.S. Virginia, is located right next to infamous blah blah blah. Jeffrey Epstein bought it. People do talk about it, but far less than Little St. James Island. It says Great St. James was larger. Great St. James was 165 acres. Little St. James 72 acres. Listen to this. Listen to this. I want everybody to see this. I'm going to pull it up. Everybody can see that? Take a look at this. It says right here. Oh, damn. Where the hell did it go? Okay, here it is down here. It says right here, Great St. James Island. Epstein reportedly used it for expansion plans, like potential developments, a master retreat. But it played a secondary role in the allegations. Some accusers mentioned both islands. But Epstein shut down public access to spots like Christmas Cove, yada, yada, yada. But heaviest focus, everything seems to be on Little St. James Island, it says. Both islands were sold in 2023 to to a billionaire for $60 million. Look at this.
Yeah,
Both islands were.
Stephen Deckoff.
But listen, they were sold for $60 million combined. He plans to turn them into luxury resort. Those islands, a luxury resort. What?
Yeah.
Who is going to say, hey, I want to go stay on Little St. James Island where the horror of all horrors took place? Hey, I want to go to Great St. James Island where little kids were raped, murdered, and eaten. What?
Listen, you got to remember in the movie Forrest Gump when Forrest had Jenny's father's house bulldozed? That's what you're gonna have to do to these islands if anybody's ever gonna want to stay there. You literally have to bulldoze every structure that's ever been there and start from scratch. If anybody of sound mind, anyway.
I personally think you got to redo the dirt too, the land, scoop it all out, put new shit in. You can't walk on that beach. Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't
change the name.
No, I wouldn't go near it with a. If you paid me to go, I'm not going. Let's put it that way.
But just so everybody knows, Jay, that's the main thing. There is a second Epstein Island. The first one was half the size. Little St. James was half the size of Great St. James. If all this stuff went on at Little St. James, imagine the stuff they're not telling you about that went on at Great St. James, Jay.
It appears that it was never really investigated.
Never. Why?
Don't know.
Why is right. And it's double the size. It's double the size.
Yeah, and it looks like the Nickelodeon logo. That's great.
Exactly. For everybody that didn't see that, I want to show it one more time. His second island, Jeffrey Epstein's second horror island, Great St. James, is on the left. Nickelodeon logo on the right. Okay? We know there's symbolism in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Symbolism for the ones that know what it is. Take a look at that. Yeah. That is the island. Nickelodeon has been investigated for child sex trafficking, for all kinds of horrible shit. And now they have the island, Jay. See, the thing is, Nickelodeon put that on there because they never thought somebody would look at Great St. James Island. They never thought somebody would put them side by side together. Nobody knows about Great St. James Island. Well, we do. And now we know about Nickelodeon. Maybe
somebody start doing a little deep dive into Great St. James and more of a deep dive into Nickelodeon. Who was on Nickelodeon? Was it Amanda Bynes?
Yes, Amanda Bynes was on there. Orlando Brown, all of them had horrible shit happen to them.
Yeah, she rose to fame as a child and teen star on Nickelodeon in the late 90s. You've seen Amanda Bynes lately? Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just like the Britney Spears. It's because of all the horrific shit that happened to them when they were kids. It just fucked their head up.
Britney Spears has got enough issues. Amanda Bynes is unrecognizable what she's done to herself. Sad.
They're mentally ill from the childhood, man. It really fucked them up. 100%. But guys, real quick, we just proved that Obama was born in Kenya, for one. At least I think we did. We also definitely proved that there's a second Epstein Island that nobody seems to know about and was never investigated, and it's twice the size of the other one. But the main thing we want to show you is check this out, guys. Starting Monday, we are going to be doing our show every weekday, Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, 7 to 8. But starting Monday, we have an amazing lineup of guests for you. I mean, it is massive. On Monday, we have Representative Congressman Tim Burchett, okay? On Tuesday, we have a great man who was Trump's closest political advisor, and he wrote an excellent book called The Man Who Killed Kennedy, about LBJ, and it is spot on. And then we've got Tommy Robinson, the UK's Donald Trump, the free speech warrior who put together a protest last year that got 3 million people to come to it in the UK. These three are all superstars, and they will be on respectively Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So make sure you watch us on @SecretAmericaTV on X, YouTube, or Rumble. You can also watch us SecretAmericaLive.com or on the Live from America TV network, rumble.com/LFA TV. It's going to be a great week, and we're hoping to get even more Thursday and Friday. This is the kickoff week of us doing our show Monday through Friday, every weekday. So we want to make it big. And so far, we have an incredible lineup, Jay.
Oh, stellar superstar lineup. You can't get better than that. There is nowhere I don't think you're going to find those three in a row. Good luck with that, because listen, and Jack, you did a fantastic job with that, man. I mean, just amazing. We're going to have 3 superstars, conservative superstars on our program. First 3 days that we go every day of the week. It's going to be awesome. And like I said, if we get somebody for Thursday and Friday, we'll let you guys know as soon as we do. Hey, but if we don't, hey, give us a little slack, because those 3 right there should cover us for at least a year, Jack. At least a year.
Oh, I know. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for your kind words. And yeah, our show is going to be amazing. I mean, we're talking 3 superstars: Tim Burchett, Roger Stone, Tommy Robinson, all back to back. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be huge. And I think if you look at all the other podcasts out there, our lineup is the best lineup for next week in the entire country. And in all of America, you will not see a better lineup for shows next week, Jay.
I say that's a statement that really can't be debated. It's true. I mean, as we said, superstars. I mean, Tim Burchett is, we call him the most honest man in Congress, right? We say that all the time. And he really is. We feel like he's the kind of person in Congress that you dream of. Like, he's one of us. He's actually going there to do the right thing. And he'll
answer our questions.
And he answers questions as best he possibly can without breaking rules, right? Or classification rules or something like that.
Yep.
But if he can answer it, he'll give you an answer. Roger Stone, I mean, one of President Trump's confidants, I mean, closest friends, and somebody who was absolutely destroyed by Biden's weaponized DOJ with one of the most egregious things that ever happened in the history of our country, when his home was raided overnight, when CNN was notified it was going to be raided. So we're going to have Roger Stone, and as you said, the amazing book that he wrote. And then who can you say? Tommy Robinson? Man's an international conservative superstar, period. End of story. I mean, it doesn't get any better. I mean, it's going to be fantastic. You guys are going to love it. We're going to love it. And it's going to kick off this show as we go every day of the week. And we will be on LFA TV as well every day of the week. So we are looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And doing our show Monday through Friday, we want to make it, doing it Mondays and Thursdays. A lot of people, for some reason, they get confused and they miss it, or they go on the wrong day or this or that. This way, if we do it every day of the week, you've got a consistent show right there. It's going to be there. Monday. Oh, it's Monday? Yep, 7 o'clock, Secret America. Oh, it's Thursday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, Secret America's on at 7. You're going to know that every single day of the week. 7 o'clock, Secret America will be there to comfort you. And we're going to be doing, we're going to do a new format also, though. We're going to do like daily news. We're going to give our opinions on the main events that are going on in the news. But don't get me wrong, that's just for the first half of the show. The second half of the show, we are still going to reveal the secrets like we've been doing, like with Epstein having 2 islands, and like with Barack Obama being born in Kenya, us showing you an actual real Kenyan article saying that he was Kenyan-born Barack Obama. All the stuff that we find, the presidents all being related. All these things we're going to continue to do in the shows also. I mean, I'm very excited about this next phase, and it's great to have these 3 guys be the start of our next phase of our show. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, we'll try to find as many secrets as we can, but since it's every day of the week, hey, it might be hard sometimes, but they're out there, but we'll try our best to find them. But like Jack said, we're going to be talking about the news of the day, and we'll give our opinions on those. You're not going to get any more honest opinions anywhere than right here. And it's going to be real interesting to see where that goes, because me and Jack agree pretty much most of the time, but there's going to be times where I give my opinion. He's going to be like, what are you, out of your mind? And I'm going to say the same thing to him. Like, wait, whoa, hold on a minute. And that's going to be fun too, because that's like right up my alley, like going through the news and giving my takes on it, real, because I'm passionate about it. Jack is so passionate about how he discovers these secrets, and he does such an amazing job. And I'm so passionate about like the news and the daily news and politics and how it affects us every single day. It's going to be a great show. It already is a great show, but it's going to go into this next phase, like Jack just said, and it's going to really, you guys are going to love it. We're going to love it, and I can't wait.
Yeah, no, I can't either. And one thing I can promise you is, like he said, we're going to get, for the second half of every show, we're going to get as many secrets as we can. But even when there's not a ton of secrets to find, or that we don't find, we will always, I can promise you, every episode, we will always have stuff that you did not know about. Stories that happen, something crazy going on, someone doing this or that. We will always, every episode, have stuff that you can, go talk about at the water cooler the next day, shit that nobody else knows about. I can promise you that much.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff that flies under the radar that
Oh, yeah.
might be out there a little bit, but that just nobody really talks about because it's not the main thing. It's not the hot thing. It's this and that. But it's interesting stuff. When you hear it, you're like, oh, why isn't that being talked about? That's stuff we're going to find too when it comes to the news. And of course, we're going to talk about the stuff that everybody's talking about and give our takes on it too. So it's going to be awesome.
Oh, absolutely. Now, there's a couple of interesting things that I wanted to show you guys about the whole Jeffrey Epstein stuff, because did you know that Jeffrey Epstein went by a different name?
No, was it pedophile? Oh
no, well, that was his nickname. No, he went by the name Marius Robert Fortini. That is a real name. He has an official passport, and this is why. And for everybody that wants to know, was Jeffrey Epstein an agent? Jeffrey Epstein was a CIA agent. Okay, that's my personal opinion, and I'm going to show you a little bit of evidence. Jay, you want to see some evidence? I'm going to show it to you.
Let's see it.
I have an official passport, a real passport, not some fake copy of a passport. This is a real passport that Jeffrey Epstein was on. Take a look at this. That's a real passport, 100% real, okay, that Jeffrey Epstein was on. And I want you to look at that. That says Marius, whatever, Robert, and then it's Fortini, Fortelny, however you say it, Marius Robert Fortelny, and it says July 30th, 1954. This was a Saudi Arabian passport. You hearing me? Saudi Arabian passport is what I'm saying to you.
So that wouldn't work when the SAVE Act gets passed. He won't be able to use that to prove citizenship if he was alive.
No. But see, for everybody out there that says, "Oh, this guy, he wasn't a CIA agent. He was just some random pedophile." Yeah. No, Jeffrey Epstein may not even be his real name. This might be his real name, Marius Robert Fortelny. That might be his real name. This is a Saudi Arabian passport that is a real passport.
Yeah, nobody that I know has a different name.
An Austrian passport, excuse me. It says Saudi Arabia as where he lives. Look at that. I apologize. It says Saudi Arabia is where he lives, but this is an Austrian passport. Look at that. Nationality, Austria. Look at that. Residence, Saudi Arabia. That's Jeffrey Epstein. Marius Robert Fortelny. Right there. Saudi Arabia is where he lives. Austria is where he's from. Maybe, just maybe, Jeffrey Epstein is not even his real name. You guys may actually know nothing.
Yeah. Well,
take a look.
He wasn't using that to get into bars. So, somebody obviously, he didn't get that on the street corner so he can get into the bars.
No, look how young he was when he got that, Jay. Look at that picture.
Oh, yeah.
That tells you right there.
Yeah,
right there, he's probably in his late teens, early 20s. That's an Austrian passport saying he lives, he's from Austria. He's an Austrian, but yet he lives in Saudi Arabia. And that's a picture from probably, I would say, the 60s or probably the early 70s.
70s.
Yeah. Look at that. That is that's not a fake passport. This isn't some bullshit document. That is real. I guarantee you that's his real name. Marius Robert Fortelny.
Fortelny. Can you run that through Grok, the name Fortelny, and see what Grok has as a
yeah, we can. Why don't we run it through Grok? Yeah. I tell you what, we'll run it through Grok real quick. Why don't we? Why don't we check it out through Grok right here? Okay. We are going to say Grok, get your ass over here. All right. So who is Marius Robert Fortelny? Let's see what Grok has to say.
That's a weird last name, boy.
Yes, it is. Let's see. Yada. Oh my God, look at this. It's a real person, a real estate developer, an executive. And look at this. He is originally from Vienna, Austria. Holy shit.
Can you check that? Do you have a photo of that document? Put that document through and see what Grok says about it, Jack.
Holy shit.
Put that document through on Grok and see what Grok says.
All right, let me get what time is it? Shit, we got to do this quickly.
6 minutes. We got 5.5 minutes.
All right, give me 1 sec. Let me pull this up.
Yep.
Let me put you up there so they can see us for a second. Let me pull this up. That's incredible, man. That is incredible. That is incredible.
let's make sure that somebody's not effing around here. And
No. This was put out. This was put out by Rep. Anna Paulina on her official account.
Well, why the hell is Grok making this? Oh, he's just a real estate developer. Wait,
because
what?
that's what Epstein was supposedly, a real estate developer. That's what he supposedly was.
Why isn't Grok saying, hey, it's a Jeffrey Epstein pseudonym or some crap? I don't know.
Because it might be his real name.
Put that through. Oh my God. Oh,
let's check this out, everybody. And I'll tell you one thing. Here's what I'm going to tell you right now. One, it's either his real name, Jay, or two, it's a fraudulent real passport that was made by the CIA for him. It's one of those two things. I'll guarantee it. All right, let's do it. You want to do it?
Yeah, why not? Let's see what it comes up with. We're doing this blind.
We got 5 minutes. I'm going to pull this up. This is going to be the thing to end all things right here.
Let's see.
All right, guys, let me get this out of the way for you. Here we go. We are going to pull this up, all right? Where's Marius? Here we go. All right. Is this an authentic passport? Let's see if this is an authentic passport.
Let's see.
No, this is not. See, look, it is a forged or fraudulent document that was created or altered to serve as a false identity to Jeffrey Epstein. That is unbelievable.
What else is this? Keep reading. What?
Nothing. It just says, the passport bears Epstein's photograph, but uses the name Marius Fortelny. It has the birth date of July 30th, 1954, but it says it's 1 year after Epstein's actual birthday, which is what they say. That's what they say.
Yeah.
But who honestly knows? How can they know? How would they know?
Yeah.
This is unbelievable, guys.
It's fake, fraudulent, forged, and doctored. I see that where they highlight those letters. What does that say?
Supposedly. They don't know. See, look, it says federal prosecutors explicitly stated it was used by Epstein under a false name with entry-exit stamps from the 80s of France, Spain, UK, Saudi Arabia.
So he used it. So he used it.
He used it in all different kinds of countries. He used that passport. Yet they're saying it's fraudulent.
Well, then who the hell's checking it?
So they're saying it's a fraudulent passport, yet he used it. So there's one of two things, Jay. Either that's his real name, and Grok has no idea, because how would Grok know anyway? That's his real name, or he's a CIA agent, and they made that for him to be able to move around easily without having his real name flagged. Right. That is mind-blowing.
I mean, they're saying it was stamped. That means it was
stamped multiple times.
Right. That means it was used. It was presented and stamped as
in
real.
The UK, Saudi Arabia, Austria, France, Germany.
I mean, maybe back then the systems weren't able to pick up on the fact that it was a fraud. But that's crazy.
The thing is, I don't think the passport itself was fake. I think they put his photograph on that passport.
On a real passport.
Yes. And I think that was done because he is a CIA agent. The same reason they switched his body out and he's not dead.
Yeah.
The same reason all the Congress people are being blackmailed to do whatever whoever is doing it wants them to do. As you can tell, they never help America. So I'm telling you guys, it's either one of two things. Either that's his real name. Grok wouldn't know. Grok would think it's fake. Grok would have no idea. So either that's his real name, or that was a passport made by the Central Intelligence Agency or Mossad or whoever, an intelligence agency regardless, to make him be able to easily move throughout the world without being detected, Jay. Wow.
Yeah. There you go.
Wow.
That's a nice one. That's a nice one to end the show with. No, that's crazy. He's using literally like you're taking the photo and putting it on another document. Like, oh, here you go. That's him. Come on.
Now, either that happened or that really is him. It's one or the other. Now, Grok doesn't know. Grok would never, if that was his real name and he was a CIA, Grok would never know that kind of information.
Right.
So it's either that's his real name and he really is that guy, or that was a passport made specifically for him so he could move throughout all these other countries, do these operations, and not be detected. That is boom.
And there you go. And we just said it was stamped. It was used.
5 or 6 times minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum.
All over the world.
All right, we got to go, Jay.
All right.
That I got nothing to say.
No, let's leave on that note right there. Let everybody marinate that in that over the weekend. There you go.
Yep. Come back on Monday right here, 7 p.m. We will have Representative Congressman Tim Burchett. Maybe we'll ask him about this.
Yeah.
We'll see. We're going to ask him some good questions. So thank you guys for watching. For Jay Gatling, I'm Jack Danger. Thank you for watching Secret
You've been listening to Secret America.